Hi, everybody. How are you guys?
Hi.
Good. Good. My name's Neha, as you guys know. So I'm going to do a biography on O.J. Simpson. Mostly going to talk about his case and a little bit about that. So O.J. Simpson, as you guys may know, his full name is Orenthal James Simpson. He was born on July 9, 1957 in San Francisco, California. He was an American collegiate and professional football player. He was nicknamed the Juice, just for no reason, I guess. I don't really know. But he was also known as a broadcaster, actor, and convicted felon. He's actually currently incarcerated at the Lovelock Correctional Center in Nevada. So we all know O.J. Simpson, I'm assuming, yes?
Yes.
Great. Okay, so especially important now because his new TV show, not his, but somebody playing him in the American crime story, The People versus O.J. Simpson. It's a behind-the-scenes retelling of O.J. Simpson's case, which I'll talk about in a little bit. So, like I mentioned, he played football at the University of Southern California, and then he played professionally in the NFL for 11 seasons with the Buffalo Bills and the San Francisco 49ers. So, Simpson married don't know how to exactly pronounce her name, but Margaret L. Whitley in 1967, and they had 3 children. 2 of them are there. So one of them, the daughter, she drowned in their family swimming pool. I want to say 2 years before they divorced. O.J. Simpson and his wife at the time, Margaret. So they divorced in 1979. So like I mentioned, their daughter drowned at 2 years before that, 1977. So while still married to his first wife, Simpson met a waitress. Her name was Nicole Brown. She was a teenager at the time, and Simpson and Brown married in 1985 and had 2 children after he had divorced Margaret. So Nicole Brown Simpson complained of her marriage, claiming O.J. was physically abusive, and actually there was an account in 1989 where he allegedly threatened to kill her. So there was no harm done at the time. There was something that happened later on, which we'll talk about, but even then, Nicole decided to file for divorce in 1992. So in June 1994, the bodies of Nicole and her friend, Ronald Goldman, they were found stabbed to death at Nicole's condominium in Los Angeles. So they assumed actually that it was O.J. Simpson just because he was so threatening and he was physically abusive. So he was charged with 2 counts of murder in 1995 with special circumstances. So the arrest and trial of O.J. Simpson's was for Nicole Brown and her friend Ronald, like I mentioned. So this created a lot of media frenzy, lawyers, witnesses, and police detectives, and even the judge. They were all kind of celebrities at the time because being part of such a highly publicized trial. So on June 13, 1994, like I mentioned, the bodies were found, and police investigated O.J. for the murders, and he was on June 17th arrested. So this case began on November 3rd, 1994, and ended almost a year later in October 1995, where O.J. Simpson was actually found not guilty from a unanimous verdict. So Simpson was released from jail after 16 months being held until the verdict was set in place. So although he was found not guilty of the murders, a civil suit was filed against Simpson, and he was ordered to pay $3.5 million, that'd be a little too much, to the families of Brown and Goldman. Not to say that the $3.5 million wasn't a lot. So perhaps the most recognized piece of evidence in the case was this bloody glove that was found on the crime scene. So I don't know if you guys heard about the bloody glove?
No.
Yes.
Yeah, so it was actually found on the crime scene as evidence, and so O.J. tries it on, and of course it doesn't fit. So the prosecutors had Simpson try on the glove, and they're actually surprised that it wasn't a fit. So one of the attorneys on Simpson's legal team used the infamous quote, "If it doesn't fit, you must acquit." So this encouraged the jurors to question the prosecution's theory of the case. So DNA expert Gary Sims addresses the jury and refers to a chart showing where the blood spots were found on the gloves, evidence of the O.J. Simpson case. So even after he tried it on, it was kind of useless evidence at that point. So in late 2006, he planned to, after the case and everything, he was found not guilty. In 2006, he planned to publish this book, Ghostwritten, If I Did It, how he would have hypothetically committed the murders of Brown, Simpson, and Goldman. So later on, Simpson, O.J. Simpson, committed some other acts of other acts that were, actually I believe one of them was found to be murder, yeah. So now he's in the Lovelock Correctional Center in Lovelock, Nevada. And he's eligible for parole in 2017, so next year, October-ish. And as I mentioned earlier, there's a current TV show out on his kind of behind the scenes of his trial. So it's People vs. O.J. Simpson on Fox series. It's a Fox series, and so that's that. And these are my sources. One being encyclopedia.com, Encyclopedia Britannica, and thebiography.com. And that's it.